Good afternoon, friends. I am Dr. Ramakrishna. I did my master's degree in MA Development Studies as well as I did MCom, Master of Commerce, and also I did my PhD degree in the area of agriculture finance, the role of institutional credit in the socio-economic development of small farmers, a study on Mysore district. And I got PhD award during the year 2009. After that, I joined as a faculty member in the area of research methodology and quantitative analysis, and also I am teaching specializations like human development, social security and development, emerging issues in development, IT, information technology and development, in the same institute, Mysore University. And also, I did my postdoctoral research in the area of organic farming through NABARD, a study on Karnataka state, exclusively on Mysore and Mandya district. This is my brief introductions, and also I had 14 years of research experience, and also I visited so many reputed institutes for learned research methodology and related statistical packages and how to write PhD synopsis, annual reports, and PhD thesis. What are the methods or methodology has been adopted in that topics? I learned in National Institute of Rural Development and Panchayat Raj, Hyderabad during 2006. In the year 2007, I visited VB National Labour Institute for 2 months training programs on agriculture economics or agriculture labor. Why I attended in the sense, India is a basically agriculture country. 82% of the farmers has been engaging in agricultural activity. I am very much interested on that. Now it has been decreased to 82% to 59% according to some of the authors mentioned. After that, I visited Institute for Social and Economic Change. It is one of the premier research institute funded by ICSSR, Indian Council of Social Science Research. Attended 4 times training programs on capacity building course, refresher course, research methodology in faculty members. 4 times I learned so many research experience, particularly under statistical packages, Vista, SPSS, eViews, everything. I learned. I had 14 years research experience, including I attended more than 12 premier research institutes for acquire knowledge on research methodology. Why in the sense, myself I create interest on, learned more on research methodology courses, so that I had travel all over India and visited many research institutes for acquiring of knowledge about research methodology courses. Okay friends, this is some brief introductions of myself. Why I struggle for visiting so many research institute means I acquire knowledge and they say at the same time I wanted to share those who are pursuing PhD degree. It would be more useful for preparations of synopsis, preparations of annual reports, and also finally writing of PhD thesis. That's why I always suggest you to engage, read more literatures, visit and get travel, visit so many research institutes to acquire knowledge, particularly for research. Then only you get more ideas, thinkings, thoughts, memories about research. It is only on constant readings, constant understanding, memorize, then only you will acquire more knowledge of research. So that in this regard, I wanted to tell you the research scholars. That's why I repeatedly tell you concentrate to readings habits, particularly on literature reviews, watching newses, NDTV news, BBC news, India Today news, newspapers, magazines, and also discuss with some expertise in the field of social sciences to meet the peoples like those who are expertise in the field of respective subjects. Okay, this is, I hope you understand. This would be very useful tips for those who are pursuing PhD degree. So that in the last two videos have been explained selections of topic, meaning of research and research methodology, and also depth introductions of social sciences. What are the aspects has been covered, what are the topics has been covered, and how to frame research designs, blueprints of research. Did you clear? Then I go to today we have to discuss with qualitative research methods in social sciences. Why qualitative research has been conducted? Who will conduct the qualitative research? Which subject scholars has been concentrating on conducting of qualitative research methods? First of all, I start with meaning of qualitative research. Qualitative research involves collecting and analyzing non-numerical data. I told you in the previous classes, videos, numerical values is to study the numeral numbers 0 to 9. But here in the qualitative research involves collecting and analyzing non-numerical data. Best example is that texts, that is in the form of descriptive manner, videos or audios, and to understand concepts of that particular subject, and give opinion or experiences, to share opinion or experiences. And also usually qualitative research is commonly used in the humanities and social sciences subjects such as anthropology, sociology, education, health sciences and history, etc. These are all the subjects has been conducted a qualitative methods or qualitative research methodologies has been adopted to write a thesis, PhD thesis, and also they have to concentrating on research methodology, what are the methods and tools and techniques, what are the appropriate techniques has been adopted to assess or classify the datas, non-numerical datas. Did it clear? You can understand qualitative data I am talking here involves qualitative data involves collecting and analyzing non-numerical datas. You remember always, don't forget about that. The main subject has been concentrating on anthropological survey. Anthropology subjects, scholars has been concentrating on particularly on qualitative research methodology has been adopted. Another one, sociology. What are the social aspects has been comes under? What are the sociological aspects has been highlighted, and also taking into considerations. I already told you which research questions has been arises are put or framed. These are all the ideas will come because of you have to read and understand the subject or research topics, and also education subject. Education subject also usually adopted a qualitative methodology to identify, and also they have to frame some of the parameters particularly on education subject. And also health sciences usually very much used in qualitative data in health sciences. And also history, in the subject like history also concentrating on the qualitative methodological aspects. Here this research methodology, qualitative research methodology involves so many different kinds of aspects or types. One is that one by one I explaining you. You clearly understand that. You remember I am talking about qualitative research methodology. One is that logic. Next one is ethnography. Another one is that discourse of analysis. Fourth one, case study methods. I will explain you later. Another one is open-ended interviews methods. Sixth one is participation observations. Another method is counseling. Another one is that therapy. Another one is that biography. Another one is that comparative method. Another one is that focus group. Last one is that medication practices. Actually, usually this logic methodology has been used particularly in, it is a study of consequences and information in commodity. It is a relationship between logic and informations. There is a logic. How to use logic methods, where to use. This comes under the consequences and also related to informations. What are those information? What you have collected already qualitative data, that informations you have to compare with what are the consequences, how to identify what are the logic can be used of these methods. Another one is ethnography research methodology. In these methods, a research approaches where you look at people in their cultural settings, environment. It is very popular methodology in anthropology, but now it is widely used in social sciences subject has been adopted, this ethnographical studies. These ethnographical studies has been particularly conducted these kinds of the research particularly in tribals, community-based surveys, tribal peoples or other different kinds of tribals. As we know that in the Karnataka, in overall India, we have to identify many tribal communities, peoples are there, their culture is different. Say for example, come to southern part of Karnataka, northern part of Karnataka, northeastern states, the culture, the food habits, and also dress codes, costumes, conducting of festivals, everything is slightly differences. Why this? It is because of based on the environment and cultural settings of that particular area or regions. Another one is that discourses analysis. This kind of study has been approached to analysis of words, of sentences with equivalent information that appear in the same column of array. This disclosure analysis has been used to study the analysis of word sentences with equivalent informations has been fixed in the sentences of array. This is another methods. It would be also used in the qualitative data. Another one is case study method. It is very one of the most popular methods in qualitative research. Whenever you have to study in-depth study of one community, one region or religion or women community, gender based studies, you can go with a case study methods. Means, say for example, organic farming. Farmers has been concentrating is very less compared to conventional farming. In these situations, researcher can choose case study methods to conduct research and easy to collect the informations, in-depth informations as well as sociological aspects, economical aspects, political aspects, educational aspects, everything, income aspects, standard of living, health aspects, everything it covers. Whenever we have to conducting case study methods, we have to study in depth. Most several questions has been adopted, number of questions has been prepared to conduct, and also we have to observe. Observation is the important tool for conducting these kinds of research methodologies, like particularly in the qualitative research we are explaining about case study methods. Case study methods also widely used in psychological, educational, anthropological or sociological research studies. Case study methods particularly, it involves and complete observation of a social unit a person, family, an institution or cultural groups or entire community. It is in the depth we have to conduct the study, particularly for the case methods, particularly for cultural groups. A social unit, say for example, social units, we can say that I already told you either education, those who are engaging, or women societies or self-help groups, women engaging activities or BD workers, dairy women laborers, beekeepings. In that activities, particularly case study methods has been used to identify or collect the information. It's very easy to collect the informations. Whenever the case study method, we can talking about case study method. I think it is one video, it's not enough. We can go with more than 4 or 5 videos because it's very vast. Conduct informations, how to conduct, where to conduct, why to conduct. These are all the questions has been arises. Why in the sense? Here, land is a very constant variables, but the community, the settlements is settled in various parts of India, regions of India. That's what we have to identify, and also we have to taking into main frames. Whenever you have to conducting the case study methods, we have to by the observations as well as asking the questions, then we have to collect the information from the respondents or the beneficiaries, then only we have to understand what they are really facing the problems. At the same time, by the our my observations or researchers observations, also filling of the questionnaires and also asking, they have to observe the situations or a climate, then they will get some idea about. But some of the information is not covered in the questionnaire. The observation methods also you have to adopt that time. That would be very useful to write at the time of analysis and interpretation part, and also writing of findings. This is something about case study methods. Another one is open-ended interviews. It is the way of gathering information from peoples. Open-ended interviews. It is a way of gathering information from peoples. We can get the interview may have some questions, gather data on participants such as age, gender, sex. Focus on the more participant thoughts, feelings, experiences, knowledge, skills, ideas, and preferences. This is one of the best methods for collecting. This is very important aspects. Say for example, we cannot assess what he is thinking, how do you feel. We cannot assess in the terms of a quantitative, but it's a qualitative and also non-parametric study, qualitative research. Particularly, how do you express feelings? Only they have to express, not in the quantity. Only based on the express their feelings, only we can assess and write down the informations, and also knowledge. How to get knowledge? Open in the open-ended interviews. Why we have to conduct interview? We have to assess that particular person, he or she, how much knowledge or education has been acquired, how much knowledge is acquired. That's what we have to conduct wherever you go. At the selection process is based on the conducting of the interview, and also this is open-ended interviews. In the sense, it is one kind of the gathering of the information methods from the peoples or publics. Here, age. How can we say that age? We can ask the questions, how old are you? Then we have to correct the question answers. And also gender, we can say that. And also focus more on the participant thoughts, thinkings. What are their views? So for example, about the environment. How he protect the environment. Means people should stop the afforestation of the forest. We have to promote or encourage to forest afforestation of the forest, to stop the deforestation, means deteriorations of the forest, so that whenever you have to decline the forest resources, we have to face so many problems, health hazards, so many other kinds of the declining of agriculture productions, industrial productions, because of lack of availability of raw materials. So that there is a chain links. Whenever the forest resources has been come down, forest resources has been come down, which country or which state or which district or which village has been very less forest resources, maybe that region's people has been facing so many health hazards or lack of income, that would be affected to health, education as well as standard of living. So that we have to protect a forest for a long time, and also we have to utilize a proper way of the resources. And also another one is that experience. How to get, you have to experience. You have to conduct more on journeys. More journey you have to conduct your lifespan. In your life, you have to conduct more journey, more travel, then only you have to get experience. You have to meet different kinds of peoples, you have to visit different universities, research institutes, expertise in the field of different subjects, then only you have to get experience, and also you have to adapt in your career, research scholar as a teaching, research, everything. Then only you have to more travel, you have to get experience by meeting different kinds of the people, different kinds of the environment, places, research institute or universities. Then only we have to get more knowledge or experience. Okay, another one is that knowledge. How to get knowledge? Knowledge, we have to struggle to collect informations, reading habits, understanding capacity, reading, writing, listening, understanding, expressing your views, and also you have rationality. Human is a rational animal. How? Yes, we are thinking a positive way. Whenever which country is very honest and also utilize 100% resources, stop corruptions, and also not affect our peoples or neighbors or environment or a forest, automatically that region or a country will automatically develop. The peoples acquire knowledge, everything, and also skills. But as we know that at the time of selections procedures of employment in the industries or any government or something, they have to assess what are the education qualifications and technical qualifications, what are the skills he or she is having or acquire. Here, skills, technical skills, educational skills. Skills is acquired to more practical oriented subject. Best example, computer science. Computer, software, hardware, or any kinds of computers. Different kinds of languages in computer. We have to learn. And also we have to increase our skills, capacity or intelligence. Another one is that ideas. You have to get more experience, more knowledge. It will come different kinds of ideas for visiting. And also you have to touch with experts peoples, mingle with experts people, discuss with some issues whenever or wherever problems has been arises in the sociological aspects as well as economical aspects as well as political aspects. In this regard, the peoples has been thinking very rational, very positive, then only it is very, essentials to get ideas. And also they have to suggest, they have to give some ideas, either your government, either your family, everything. Another one is that the preferences. Preferences are specializations. Which preference, which subject you like, which topic you like. Your preferences are specializations. That's what this open-ended interviews methods, it's one kind of the gathering of the information either through peoples or the beneficiaries. This is something about open-ended interview methods. Another one is that participant observations. Yes, this is also another important methods for conducting qualitative research. Participant observations in the sense, these kinds of the research has been conduct community-based survey, community-based research means researcher can prepare number of questionnaire and he or she can go to stay 10 days, 15 days or 20 days in their community or village, in their areas, and he or she can study their cultural aspects, their environment, their food habits, their costumes, their economic status, their how much resources they are having, what are the assets has been they are their owned. So many aspects will cover. It is possible in participation observations. Actually, participation observation methods, particularly has been conducted anthropology, sociology, community studies, human geography, and social psychology. These are all the subjects mainly concentrating on the participation observations. Particularly, as we know that tribal studies, tribal areas or tribal studies has been identified or conducting research only through collecting the data or gathering the informations because of conducting participation observations. Then only we can understand real research, means real research, reality of the research or a fact or truth of the informations or a data. Then only we should know. Otherwise, there is no other methods can fit for this kinds of the conducting research. Only thing you have to conduct a participation observations. Then only we have to clearly understand what are the problems, issues, their customs, traditions, activities, sociological activities, economics activities, cultural activities, income generations activity, what are the facilities has been provided to the governments, everything you can understand or collect the information from this conducting these kinds of the participation observations. I already told you these kinds of the mainly particularly subjects like anthropology, sociology, community studies, human geography, and social psychology. These are all the subject mainly focuses on the participations observation methods to gathering information and also observations. That would be more important aspects. Another one is counseling. Actually, these counseling methods has been conducting particularly in psychologist, psychiatrist, or say clinical psychologist has been conduct these kinds of the counseling methods. The counseling method primarily involves in the challenges of automatic thinking and negative thoughts patterns of peoples in different kinds of the peoples. They have to assess by conducting counsel methodology. As we know that whenever the people's getting more stress, depressions, at the time we have to visit to psychiatrist or a clinical psychologist. We can go and take advice how to reduce stress or depressions. These kinds of the study, this is one of the important method for conducting